like the financial services, because they all have specific requirements that go along with their regulatory environments. I mean, so one of the things that a B2C lead generation or a lead routing tool will have that you'll never find in a B2B lead routing tool is a thing called a ping tree. And what that does is it says, I'm a lead provider, I have a lead, so I'm generating a general lead, and that I'm going to try and sell that to the highest bidder in the first priority possible. So a ping post the lead will ping in, it'll go to the highest priority first. If they accept it, then it's sold. If not, it's rejected, it goes to the next and the next until somebody buys it. Sometimes ping posts you can have an SLA that says I can sell this lead 3 times. So it'll ping into the first one that it's sold, then it goes to the next one, until it's sold 3 times. All kinds of stuff like that.
And I would imagine the price points for those are probably a lot smaller than in the B2B space.
Yeah, it really depends. I did a lot of lead generation in legal leads. So you look at all the stuff around the different, especially pharmaceutical lawsuits. So all those different lawsuits that go on, those things can go for $700 to $1,500 a lead because they are so specific and require so much information. And one accepted lead can turn into $1 million case. So the value of those leads is exceptionally high. The volume is really low. But then you can have a short form lead that goes for $3, where your average B2B lead is probably somewhere from, the average lead in B2B is definitely higher than the average lead in B2C, but not by orders of magnitude. Typically, B2B leads are probably going from somewhere $40 to, say, $100. You can get more phone qualified leads and those types of things where they go further down the road. That can be a couple $100, but I don't think I've ever seen B2B leads sell for as much as those legal leads.
Okay, that's helpful. So is the process the same? Like there's also like a media platform or like a marketplace in the B2C world as there is in kind of the B2B that you see with like an integrator converter?
Yeah, so the marketplace thing is definitely much more ubiquitous within the B2C world. So that would be affiliate networks, which used to be much, much more prominent than they are today. The regulatory environment kind of clamped down on them and made it, but there's still tons of those out there. They just have consolidated and become more rigidly structured. But the affiliate networks is typically where you're going to find your marketplace. You don't see any of the B2C players operate both as networks and as software providers. So that's not something that, because it creates an inherent conflict, which I would argue Integrate has as well. And that's the reason that Cake, even though they had opportunities to do so, they never chose to move in that direction because they become competitive against most of their clients. So they stay out of that vein. So they have a vast majority of their clients are affiliate networks that are managing those lead volumes through those platforms. And that's the other thing that is a key differentiator is volume within the B2C platforms is exponentially higher than it is within B2B.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So talk to me, remind me, what exactly is the conflict that like an Integrate would have?
Yeah, so you are at the same. So the value proposition that you work is it's kind of a three-way. It benefits brands, agencies, and publishers. So the publishers, should be able to are relying on you to ensure that you are delivering proper data and you're delivering the data accurately, and you're giving them feeding back the information on rejected leads as appropriately as possible. When you are also, so their business is selling leads. So Integrate's business is also selling leads. So if you're also